December 2022 was one of the slowest months in the GTA real estate market and has a lot of us wondering whether we're nearing the bottom, if we're going to feel a lot more pain in 2023, or are we already starting to see somewhat of a recovery, maybe? Stay tuned to find out. Thanks for clicking. My name is Tristan with the Momentous Group and Right at Home Realty, right here in the GTA and Durham regions. We put out this content to keep you guys informed and in the know on what's going on in the crazy, crazy world we call the Toronto real estate market. Now, if you like content like this, hit that subscribe button, the notification bell, and smash the like button if you like this video so more people like you can stay in the know. Right, let's jump into the December 2022 TREB market stats. We'll go through these numbers fairly quickly, and then we'll go through some charts and graphs that will kind of help us visualize where we're headed in 2023. So here are the numbers. The total residential transactions are down year over year by 48.2% from last year, December. We're just over 3,000 total sales in December 2022. The average selling price in the GTA is down 9.2% year over year. We're just at 1.051 million for the average home in the GTA. Seasonally adjusted month over month, we're looking at, very steady numbers, almost identical numbers, which is crazy. And then the total new listings is down 21.3%. Just over 4,000 listings came to market in December. And the property days on market, it's taking about 40 days for a property to go from listing to sold. And that's double what we were seeing in December of last year. Here are some visuals and some context that can help us understand why the numbers are the way they are in December of 2022. Historical sales volumes, as you can see, fluctuate up and down, mostly with the seasons. So if you look at December of each year, there's a dip. In April of 2020, we all know what happened there. And if we look at the peak of the market, where we were at 9,000, 10,000 sales in March, we've seen a steady decline in sales volume since, up until December of 2022, where we're hovering around 3,000. But you're probably wondering why we're at historic lows when it comes to sales volume. And there's a number of different factors and reasons, but I think one of the biggest things to consider is buyer and seller sentiment. Over the last 8 or 9 months, buyers have seen their affordability disappear in front of their eyes, with 7 interest rate hikes in 2022 and one looming on January 25th. Now, we don't know what the Bank of Canada is going to do, but from what I'm hearing and reading from experts, they expect the Bank of Canada to raise the rates by another 25 basis points. And this is just going to make it less affordable for buyers going into 2023. Now, on the seller side of things, over the last 8 or 9 months, they've seen their property values decrease. Anyone on an adjustable rate mortgage have seen their payments increase, and anyone up for renewal will most certainly see their payments increase. So I think that sellers are holding to see what the spring market brings and to see if the market turns a little bit in their favor. Now, let's take a look at home sale price in the GTA. Now, historically, 3 years back, we can see the growth up until the crescendo of February 2022, where the average home price was 1.349 mil. That is the peak of the market. And from there, we can see a decline steadily down to July 2022, where the average home price was 1.8 mil. From there, it's interesting because we see a stabilization and a steadying out of home prices up until December of 2022, where the average home price was 1.064 million. So, why have home prices steadied out over the last 6 months? Well, to keep it simple, there's just enough supply for the amount of demand out there right now. Like I mentioned earlier, the sentiment in the market, buyers and sellers are transacting if they have to, or if they find the right opportunities to. But going forward in 2023, if we see more homeowners defaulting on their mortgage, a flood of inventory comes to the market, there will be downward pressure on prices and prices will come down. Now, let's go a little bit deeper and break things down by property type. Now, if we look at the peak of February 2022, the average detached home was 1.83 mil, and the average condo apartment was just over $800,000. Fast forward to December of 2022, where the detached home on average is selling for 1.422 mil, and the average condo apartment is selling for just over 700K. So I wanted to take you through the sales price by property type because there's an interesting trend going on here. So if we look back at January of 2019, the gap between a detached home and a condo was just 400,000. When we hit the peak in February of 2022, that gap had widened to $1 million. And as we go into 2023, December of 2022, that gap shrunk to $700,000. Now, why am I saying this? Well, we have a lot of clients that are condo owners that have been wanting to make the jump to a freehold property. And this is a good opportunity to do that if the finances lend themselves to that situation. We haven't seen this small of a gap since early 2021. And who knows? We may see that gap tighten even more if condo prices stay steady and detached homes continue to decline. But there is also a chance that condo prices may come down this year due to more inventory and more pre construction completions coming later this year. So it's just interesting to note. And if you're looking to make that jump between a condo or a condo town to a detached property, you may want to reach out to your mortgage specialist to see what options you have. If your mortgage is portable or if you can handle those mortgage payments, then it might be a good time for you to do that. Now let's take a look at months of inventory, which is a metric that we use to determine how fast homes are being sold, how fast listings are being taken off the market. And right now, in December of 2022, we were sitting at 2.57 months. Now, to put this into context, if no new listings were to come onto the market right now, it would take about 2.5 months for us to sell all existing inventory. So historically speaking, anything under 3 months typically tells us that it's a seller's market. But in today's environment, it does not feel like a seller's market at all. So, like I said earlier, properties are taking a lot longer to sell. Buyers can take their time, be patient, look at all the options in front of them, and even negotiate a better deal. Put conditions in that work to their favor instead of the sellers. And so, right now, for buyers, it feels like a buyer's market, but technically, I guess it's a seller's market. And the last metric I wanted to take a look at today is the sale to list price ratio. Now, we all know what happened in the peak of the market where homes were selling 20, 30% over list price, 300, 400, 500K over list price in some instances, which is absolute insanity. And that was not sustainable. So now, looking at December 2022, we are down to 98.3% sale to list price ratio, which tells me a few things. So sellers are now more realistic with their asking price. They're pricing more accurately to what the market has been dictating. And for buyers, buyers just have more power to negotiate that list price down. And the fact that it's taking longer to sell properties, sellers could feel the pressure and be able to negotiate down on their asking price. So overall, this is a more healthy way to transact in the real estate market, but we'll see how it goes in 2023. I think this sale to list price ratio may stay steady or may even decline a little bit. So, where do I think the GTA real estate market is going in 2023? Well, I'm not an economist or an expert in inflation or interest rates, so I'm not going to make a bold prediction about those things. I'm not Miss Cleo. Call me now. And I don't have a third eye, but I do have three eyes for you guys to keep track of this year, which will dictate what happens in the real estate market. The first eye is inflation. Now, whether the inflation goes up or down or stays steady, this is what's going to dictate what the Bank of Canada wants to do with the second eye, which is interest rates. Now, on January 25th, I think most are expecting a 25 basis point increase, but from there, who knows? If the Bank of Canada decides to pause on the interest rates, then we could see a steadying of home prices. If they continue to increase interest rates, it's going to make it less affordable for buyers to buy homes. It may force some homeowners into selling their homes if they can't afford their mortgage payments no longer. And so that brings us to number 3, which is inventory. We want to watch the inventory levels. You know, if an influx of inventory comes onto the market this year, we could see downward pressure on home prices. If, you know, inventory stays low, then we could see a pretty stable market in 2023. Regardless of what happens this year, we're going to be here to keep you informed and help you navigate through the real estate market in 2023. So that wraps up our December 2022 GTA market update. I'm curious to see what you guys think, so leave a comment down below. Where is 2023 going? Do you guys plan to make moves? Are you staying put? Let us know in the comments. Subscribe, hit that like button if you like this video. We're going to be putting out more content to help you guys navigate through the crazy GTA real estate market, so stay tuned. And until next time, peace.